Hey everybody, I want to talk to you about Republican Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio, who's been accused of aiding and abetting the serial sexual abuse of wrestlers at Ohio State University. Jordan is now a super conservative right-wing congressman who embraces the typical far-right agenda: family values, anti-gay, anti-women, and Jordan is particularly well known for being one of Donald Trump's biggest defenders in Congress. You may remember Jordan as the guy who keeps pushing the deep state theory that the FBI and the Department of Justice are out to destroy the Donald Trump presidency. But before all that, Jim Jordan was an assistant wrestling coach at Ohio State University from 1987 to 1995. A number of the school's alums have come forward to say that the school's sports doctor, Richard Strauss, sexually molested them during medical exams. It was a common joke among students at the time that even if you went for a sore thumb, Doc Strauss was going to have you drop your pants. But the allegations are no joke. One of Dr. Strauss's former nurses says the doctor molested a young student in front of him. The stories are bad. Which brings us back to Jim Jordan. 9 of Jordan's former wrestlers have come forward to say that Jordan knew of the abuse and did nothing to stop it. The most recent abuser says he went to Jordan and told him, "The doctor holds my balls longer than normal and checks out every hair on them." The former student says Jordan snickered in response and then said, "I have nothing to do with this," and walked away. In fact, several former students say they told Jordan directly about the abuse. Several others say that the abuse was so widespread and so well known that it would have been impossible for Jordan not to have known about it. The doctor would molest students during his exams and then head to the gym showers to watch the wrestlers for an hour during their showers while he lathered up. Again, how did Jim Jordan not notice this in 8 years of working alongside this man, and 8 years of the students complaining about the abuse they were receiving? Now, it's important to note that Jordan himself has not been accused of abuse. He's been accused of tacitly enabling it by refusing to speak up and do something to protect the students in his care. Jordan didn't help matters by going on Fox News and claiming that the students were all liars, and that even if they had approached him in the locker room and told him about the abuse, locker room talk doesn't count. Yes, Jordan was using the locker room talk defense to suggest that anything said in the locker room is free game. What's said in the locker room stays in the locker room. Someone needs to inform Jim Jordan that locker room talk is a euphemism for sexual assault. This whole issue suggests that Jim Jordan has some boundary issues when it comes to teenage students under his purview. For example, Jordan admitted that he and other coaches would shower with their boys and even take saunas with them. Jordan even went on to say that he created a King of the Sauna award for the student who would boast the most in the sauna about that day's workout. And finally, before anyone says these were adults, I started college at the age of 17. Ohio State ran a summer camp for high school kids to learn about wrestling, where Jordan worked and where, for all we know, this doctor could have worked. We have no idea what age these students really were who were molested by this doctor while the coaches did nothing to help. Let's face it, if Jim Jordan were a Democrat, it wouldn't take 9 accusers for the media to give this story the attention it deserves, and for the Republican Congress to finally take a stand against sexual abusers and the people who enable them, whether they sit in Congress or in the Oval Office.